The wheels are only ever driven by an electric motor, and that means that we can control the engine that's generating the electricity separately to the driving speed and the acceleration. But we've also added another technology, which is active noise cancellation. So very similar to the headphones that you use on the aeroplane, we have a speaker in the luggage room of the car that will play the inverse noise to the engine and cancel it out. So when you're driving around the city, the engine can start and stop, and you won't even notice it's happening.
Follow investigative journalist Richard Barker as he investigates one of Australia's most hardline Pentecostal churches. Secrets Wiki. Pray harder on Listener Now. SAFM News Briefing.
Good afternoon, I'm Celeste Mitsiou. Adelaide Oval is the home of cricket. Furious three-time Sheffield Shield winner Ken Cunningham believes so. The iconic ground, though, won't be hosting the final after the AFL blocked it over player concerns. And Ken has some advice for South Australia.
South Australia, win the Sheffield Shield and stick it right up the AFL. Can you imagine you're playing for a Sheffield Shield, the second best competition in the world, and they haven't won for 30 years. They win the right to hold it, and lo and behold, it's taken away from them.
On 7 there, an American influencer who snatched a baby wombat has left the country. DFAT's confirmed Sam Jones flew out this morning. She was the target of intense public backlash and claims she received death threats. Albo's predecessor, Bill Shorten, has some advice for the Prime Minister. Join the tariff fight as Donald Trump's trade war escalates. The US president has now threatened Europe with 200% tariffs on alcohol after they started taxing several US products.
But if President Trump thinks he can push other countries around, sooner or later you have to push back. At the end of the day, if they keep putting tariffs on all of our goods, then we've got to reciprocate dollar for dollar, tariff for tariff.
On 7, and the Grand Prix at Albert Park is exceeding expectations. 125,000 fans turned out today. That is the highest Friday on
Criteria apply. The Howie Games podcast, where the biggest names in sports go one-on-one with Mark Howard. Howie lifts the lid on the real stories behind the headlines. Download the Listener app now. SAFM weather.
Mostly fine on the Limestone coast. Tonight down to 14, and tomorrow late showers with a high of 36. Uncover well-kept secrets with Listener's lineup of investigative podcasts. Download the app and search Uncover.